Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. It is pretty nice outside. It's been somewhat comfortable, but also just a touch chilly. So, what we are looking at so far is our temperature starting to drop off into the 60s. We're expecting to see a lot of folks drop into the 50s, I should say. Sorry. Low end 60s for a couple of folks, but we are starting to see some of that increased cloud cover going into the overnight hours. And a couple areas are starting to see some slight showers the farther north you go, mostly folks that are right along the state line. It looks like there is a wider spread of showers across Middle Tennessee, and we're just getting the back end residual effects of that. So keep that in mind. You may come across a slight, very slight downpour of a drizzle at times. Not too much beyond that, so shouldn't put a damper on things. But for the most part, we're expecting a nice and comfortable evening. However, we start our first of the first alert weather. There we go. First of the first alert weather days coming up for tomorrow. Temperatures are expected to be quite chilly. Highs today, like I mentioned, in the mid and upper 60s. 66 was the estimated high for here in Huntsville. We're dropping about 20 degrees high-wise. So you can imagine it's going to be much cooler, but even a shock to your system. So keep in mind, you may want to pull out those extra jackets because with our highs being in the 40s tomorrow, that means our lows are going to be in the 30s. So if you have early morning plans, of course, you're going to church, you've got brunch, whatever you have planned for your Sunday morning, going to be quite chilly out the door. And with those wind gusts right around 30, that's going to make things even more brisk than what the thermostat may tell you. So feel like temperatures could be anywhere to those upper end 20s at times in the morning, and then throughout the day could feel like 30s around most of the day as well. So very breezy, of course. And would you look at that? Our sunsets are finally back at a point that it's not, pitch black dark at 5 o'clock. It's so nice. I was so excited to see the sunset after work the other day. I got ready to leave and could actually enjoy it and see it. So here's what we're looking at overnight tonight. Like I mentioned, increasing cloud cover. It started right around that 4 o'clock hour, and we're starting to see that kind of increase going into this evening. Expectations are for temperatures to go into the 40s before turning into the 30s by maybe 2 and 3 a.m. as you can see here. Pretty clear by that point, but we may come across a couple of those cumulus clouds that kind of stretch through, cirrus clouds that stretch through when we're dealing with cooler weather. Here's a look at our radar. Not sure why it's not playing, but as you can see, some very spotty showers to the north. And not too many people will see this, but even still, worth mentioning. Here is a look at our 10-day forecast. Like I mentioned with Sunday, dropping about 20 or so degrees. Then as we get to the later hours of Sunday evening, some of our temperatures will drop into the 20s, well below freezing. And because this isn't going to last but a day or so, this isn't going to be a major stressing point of drip your pipes and, it's not a long-term freeze. But if you do live maybe in an older home where it's kind of like you absolutely need to, do consider dripping your pipes. And you also want to make sure you're bringing in your pets because we are going to have a breezy day out of Sunday, even into the evening, and Monday as well. So go ahead and start making some plans on that. Pull out those winter coats for 2 mornings. Well, 3 really. Looking at Sunday morning, Monday morning, and we'll see below freezing temperatures going into Tuesday morning as well. Now, the reason that Tuesday is not a first alert weather day is because we've seen these 20s. We've had it for a morning or so by that point. This is the 3rd morning, and our temperatures get well back above freezing. So we're back in the 50s by that afternoon. Mostly sunny conditions as well. So with the 2 first alert days, we're just expecting a sharp drop with those temperatures. That is the biggest concern. No severe weather beyond that, just the fact that it's going to be unbearably cold in consideration to the fact that we've had temperatures in the 70s this past week. So we will get back to that by the end of this week We'll have rain chances, though, in and around most of Wednesday, a lot of Thursday, and then it'll taper off a tad into Friday. By Saturday and next Sunday, if you haven't made any plans, it's going to be nice and beautiful outside. So go ahead and make some plans for some nice and warm weather. 69 is where we sit right now for next Saturday. Looks like we could possibly top that with some 70s in a couple areas. Maybe make some nice plans outdoors. With that being said, we're going to gear up and get ready for our 6 o'clock show tonight. So make sure you tune into that. And we'll keep an eye on how things change. But for right now, looks like we're just going through some very chilly conditions in the next couple of nights. So make sure you are bringing those jackets back out. I know you don't want to. I'm saying that for myself. I don't really want to, but that's okay. We're going to bring those nice warm jackets out and pretend like it's not below freezing. But it's going to be a very chilly start to your Sunday morning, your Monday morning, and your Tuesday morning. That is the main focus and goal here with those first alert weather days. So I will see you on the other side of the screen at 6 o'clock. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.